I greet you in Jesus' precious name. It is Wednesday morning, the 8th of November, 2023, and this is your friend Angus Buchan with a thought for the day. We start off in the book of Isaiah, chapter 2, and I'm reading verse 17. The loftiness of man shall be bowed down, and the haughtiness of men shall be brought low. The Lord alone will be exalted in that day. Very, very powerful words. We need to be careful how we stand, lest we fall. And then we go across to the book of John, the Gospel of John in the New Testament, chapter 13, and I'm reading verse 12. So when he had washed their feet, taken his garments, and sat down again, he said to them, Do you know what I have done to you? You call me teacher and Lord, and you say, Well, for so I am. If I then, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you also ought to wash one another's feet. Wow. A band of feet washers. That's what we are. And who gave us the example? None other than the Lord Jesus Christ himself. Emmanuel, God made flesh. The best way to keep humble and not to become proud and haughty is to wash someone's feet. Because you see, you have to get down on your knees to wash someone's feet. You can't do it standing up. John Wesley, the great reformer, went all the way across to Germany to learn from Count Zinzendorf, who was responsible for the Moravian church, which really shook the world. And you know what happened? Count Zinzendorf put him in the garden. He had to look after the vegetables and the flowers. This man who had a master's degree in theology, on his knees, tending the garden. That's how he taught him. You know, I remember people telling me about the great evangelist who has been with Jesus now for a couple of years, Reinhard Bonnke. He took Africa by storm. He preached to millions of people live. And they told me that after a meeting where he would be exhausted, having prayed for the sick for hours and preaching the gospel, they would be looking for him, and he'd be in a caravan with his team, his crew, and what would he be doing? Well, he had the apron on, didn't he? And he was cooking supper for them at midnight. That is a mark of humility. That is the mark of a great man of God. My dear old father, I'll never forget it. When I went to Bonnie, Scotland, they told me that he came over a few years before, and he had done very well in Africa. He had succeeded. He became manager of an engineering company, that blacksmith, and he had his suit on, and he was coming to visit some relatives on a small croft, a small farm. As he walked through the front gate, he saw that they had been cutting oats. The oats were lying in the field. He took his suit jacket off, put it on a post. He was a very strong man, my dad, and he started stooking the oats up for drying. They were amazed at his humility. Today, keep yourself humble, and God will raise you up. Jesus bless you, and goodbye.